Hi, my name is Craig Thompson Wood. I'm your host on this channel, whatever it's called now. And I am here to start off my holiday game session. I'm excited for it. I had overwhelming response. No, actually, no, I only had 3 people who voted, but that's fine. I guess that's what I deserve for having been away for so long. And so I have decided amongst those 3. The one was for Duel of Ages, one was for Space Station Zero or D100 Dungeon, and the last was by my brother for Orc Quest. And I decided I'm actually going to go for Duel of Ages. Now, I'm doing Duel of Ages. Now, I've done it before, so that's not why I'm not doing it because it's familiar or because it's something I haven't done before, but I'm doing it because Chris Donovan had asked for it. Now, why did Chris Donovan's vote count more than my own brother's vote? Well, that's because Chris Donovan, I just want to say I did appreciate the feedback that you gave me on my Declaration of Intent video, where you said, just gave me some ideas and thoughts about what kind of direction I should be going and things I should be considering, et cetera, et cetera. So just wanted to let you know that I did appreciate that. And for that reason, that was the tiebreaker for me. So I am going to set up now for Duel of Ages 2 without any further preamble. Let's get right to it. Getting set up here for the game. Now, if you are not familiar with Duel of Ages 2, I'm not going to do a lot of rules explanations on the game just because I want to try and make me efficient with the time here and everything. But these are the characters. I will explain some things as I'm going along and just kind of run through the rules a little bit. So hopefully that'll be enough for you if you are, I think, if you are new to the game. I have explained it more in previous editions, so if you go back to the other ones, you can also check it out there to learn more about how it's played. So these are the character cards. I have them face down, so I can't see which one is which one's which. I don't know what the cards are, and I pulled aside 12 cards for after you've drafted your initial 8, then you are there's 12 more, and we'll sort of fill out the team afterwards. But let's get right to it. So with this, I'm going to be playing the Triad mission. And the Triad mission, it says that each team is dealt 4 characters in secret, and then 12 characters are face up, and then you're choosing to have 8 characters each. It says 8 to 9. I'm going to go with 8 just to make it easier. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take 1 from each deck. 1 from there, 1 from there, 1 from there. We'll call this the white team on the side here. You have white team, black team. All right, so these are the characters for the white team. We have Ryan Knight, the investigator, executive, the hive monster, Ned Kelly, the outcast, and Devin Regal, the raider. These are looking familiar. I think especially Devin Regal and Ryan Knight here. But it is what it is, right? Completely random. I mean, for all the cards, though, to see cards that I'm familiar with. And now for Team Black, we'll take this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Then we have Perry Owens, the bounty hunter, Boris Andronov, the mercenary, Corporal Janus, the bug hunter, and Julie La Ravissant, the charmer. All right, so let me just lay those out. I'll get rid of these, and we'll put out these and get on to the rest of the drafting. Okay, so this is Team White, Team Black, and here are the characters. I'm just noticing, though, there's no green ancient thing. Okay, well, we have Flicker then. Flicker, the seamstress? The stealth mistress. Sorry, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Shifter, the adapter. York, the foot soldier. Dr. Memnar, the mad scientist. Santiago El Robusto, the honcho. Baba Yaga, the hag. Clara Barton, the humanitarian. Odessa of Omri, the aristocrat. Joshua Jordan, the superhero. Enrak the Fury, the berserker. And Princess Sunglow, the dainty princess. And Sterling Jack, the con man. All right, so I'm going to just pause again here just to take these in and get a sense of what each team has and what might each team need to be more well balanced. And that's what you want. There's a sense of balance. It's not all about combat, remember. So you want a variety of different skills and abilities on your team. I'm going to amend my previous thing I'd said about the teams. This is going to be Team White. I looked at the rules, and it may be after everything has been chosen, but just going with the first 4, it says the team with the highest respect is Team White. So the Jolie de Ravissant is the 9 respect, and nobody else even comes close to that. So this is going to be Team White. Team White will then choose first. And then they will choose 1, and then Team Black will choose, and they choose 2, and then they choose 2 until each of them has 8. Now there is the option to, as I say, to exchange a character as one of your choices, as opposed to just taking. Now, as nobody has any green, I think greens are going to be desirable. Now, Flicker's interesting because she can deal with combat without having to actually fight. She can steal things from people, but so so I think they're going to take Flicker, and then I think they've got a good team here. Baba Yaga is more than just fighting, but this guy's the Enrak the Fury is definitely all about fighting. So they're up to 6 now. They're at 5, and so maybe looking at some, maybe we'll go with Clara Barton here. So healing, so she's a healer, the humanitarian here. So she's a good one for them. And let's pull out a bit here. There, and let's put these down here. Okay, so up to 6, so they can choose 2 more now if they wish. I don't think they. I think pretty happy. What they have. I think I'll take Princess Sunglow, the Dainty Princess. And for some Startling Jack for some, just to vary the abilities a bit. So now this team is up to 6 as well. So they can take 2 more. And well, I like that she has the entourage with her. That can sometimes be really helpful. So Odissa of Omri. And Dr. Memnar seems awfully interesting with his monster transformation. So we'll take him. So thank you, others, for your service. Put you away. And let me introduce you to Team White. We have Perry Owens, the bounty hunter. He's colonial. I don't remember all those mean. I'm going to come up with those afterwards. But he's very good with a lot of different guns, as you can see by the bottom there. Then we have Boris Anturonov, the mercenary. Also good with guns, grenades. And, well, as a mercenary, you would hope so. From the future. Flicker, the stealth mistress. So she's from the ancients, and she can steal things from people's hands as opposed to actually fighting them. Jolie de Ravissant is the charmer from the colonial era, and she is able to use mental abilities to make them harder to hit or fire against her. Enemies cannot op fire at her. She's too purty. Corporal Janus, the bug hunter. And we just happen to have a bug for him to hunt. Corporal Janus, +1 and +1 damage with all attacks against beings, bots, and machines. So have to double check which those are on the other opposite team there. Clara Barton, the humanitarian, so she can heal others. Yep. So choose one, heal one on an ally, not herself. So she can't heal herself, but she can heal others. Odessa of Omri, the aristocrat, and free action, draw one common or secret card, usable every turn. Wowzers. That's actually really good. And then she comes with an entourage as well. Oh, but she doesn't trade with anybody. They are beneath her. And then Dr. Memnar, this mad scientist. Horde transmutation as a free action. I must check luck. And he can either be the scientist or the monster. So, and use the appropriate stats for which side he is. And that is Team White. Team Black. We have Ned Kelly, the Outcast. Against Lords, Icons, and Defenders, Ned gains +1 to hit and damage on all attacks and +2 react for melee defense only. Okay, cannot trade with Lords, Icons, and Defenders. Okay, so that's, I think, yeah, again, we have to check on the other side, but I think they're, that aristocrat definitely is going to be gunned down by Ned, or, not gunned down, but, a target. Devon Regal, the Raider, can do each of the following once per game. After moving and after enemy off fire, Devon can take one shot with a ranged weapon as if it were the fire phase. Free action, place Devon on the main gate space inside the enemy's team base. Wowzer. And free action, Devon is dismissed. Okay, so dismiss him, get him out of trouble, perhaps. Yeah, that's really good. Princess Sunglow, the Dainty Princess. Enemies must subtract their honor from hit attempts against Sunglow. And a mental ability, instead of attacking in melee, she can target an enemy character in the space, discard one card, draw for luck. If luck is less than the enemy's respect, he switches sides. Ouch. On adventures, check luck on 5. Sunglow automatically amazes. Holy crap, she's really good. Really good. Ryan Knight, the Investigator, gains +1 to hit against beings and fiends. Ignores any mental abilities that he wishes. Executal, the Hive Mother, move cost of 1/2 through caverns. Cannot use armor or transports. Swarming workers, enemies that begin their move within 4 aura, suffer -1 speed that turn. Oh, she's going to slow people down with her bugs. And swarming warriors during melee can make a melee attack on every enemy within 2 aura. Wow, that's pretty cool. Sterling Jack, mental ability, instead of a melee attack, can challenge on wits versus wits of one enemy in the space. On a maze, reveal the enemy's cards, swap any of Jack's cards for an equal number of enemy cards, Jack's choice. Long con, at game start, secretly write down the number of enemy team markers that he will be on the map at the game end. If correct, your team gains 1 achievement if Jack is alive and unimprisoned. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside because I have to remember to do that before I begin. And then Enrak the Fury. He attacks twice in melee, must use the same weapon. If his weapon is lost in the first attack, the second attack is lost. The attacks can be used against different enemies. He cannot use shields or body armor. And Baba Yaga, she can fly. At the melee start, she can challenge one character in Baba Yaga's space to wits versus their honor. On Pass Amaze, the enemy fights on her side for that melee. On Squeak or worse, Baba Yaga takes 1 damage. You cannot look at the enemy's unrevealed cards. Okay, well, so a lot of interesting things going on here where the people are not fighting normal fights. They're fighting using wits, using honor, using other things, and modifying. It's going to be an interesting thing for sure. All right, let me pause it here again, and I'm going to set up the board. So here is the materials ready for the map setup. Team White, Team Black get to choose a platter each for the Triad, and then one is chosen randomly. So Team White chose this one because they have more colonial than anything else. So they took this one, and they also didn't want to have like lots of swamps, rivers, things, because they don't have a lot of good movement abilities that way. And then Team Black chose this one because they also have more colonial, but they also have that bug that moves half space through tunnels. And this way is going to give them an option to maneuver quickly through those things if need be. So, and then this one was the random one that was chosen. So the grand tunnel here. So this is a tunnel going through this giant plateau here. So I'm not going to overthink this too much. And then again, for assuming familiarity, you have the white base black base. There's Lith's Lair, and then the 4 different ages of labyrinths, and then the keys with the domes where the people will be brought in. So white is going first. They're just going to take their own dome, and they're putting down 3 pieces. So they'll put 1, and then let's see. They'll put their own thing base here, and then maybe the colonial thing here, right? So that's their 3, right? And then onto black, and black is going to go like so, and they'll put let's see, they'll put green here, and that's 2. And let's say one of these right here. And then back to white, and I'll put the black base over there. 1, it wasn't black base, that was Lith's. Okay, well, black base there. You have to go through the tunnels to get through those things. You know what? No, if we're trying to get into their tunnels and such, let's put the black piece up there. So that's 2, and then go 3, something nice and central. And black will go 1. 2 and 3, and then we'll go 1, 2, and 3, and then we just need some more things. Just make sure I have a nice distribution of colors. So maybe a black one down here, black domes for that. And actually, I think that's it. Every space is now filled. Everything is taken, so that is done. So this is now the map for this Duel of Ages campaign. And that's going to be it. So you've seen the setup, you know the maps now, you know the contestants, and what I'll do is I'm going to leave it here, and when I come back we will begin, and I'll probably do a couple of turns, because the first couple of turns tend to be very uneventful, because it's just bringing people in and stuff like that. So we'll sort of pick a good place to stop there, but for now this is it. Hope you had fun watching. I'm excited to get started with this, and until next time, I'm your host, Craig Thompson Wood, saying thanks for coming to the classroom.